Are you looking for new music from 2022 that you want to listen to help you get a good feel for music that's coming out within the year? Check out my playlist down in the description below. 2022 is on fire, where I feature my personal favorite tracks from the albums I've listened to throughout the year, whether I've reviewed it already, only written the review, or just listened to it casually. Check it out when you have the time. I'd really appreciate the support, and you might even find a band or an artist that you didn't know previously that might be a new favorite. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Pop punk, alternative, pop rock, it doesn't matter what the label is, because Waterparks is here to serve a slew of bangers. Welcome to Arenado's Music. First off, like I've said in previous videos, if they've gone up before this, or if this is the first video for some reason, different angle, different video recording scheme here because I got a big backlog of reviews. I'm almost at the end right now as I'm recording right now, but I got this one, 2 more to record, plus a few more where I'm basically going to be sitting in this position, reading straight off the script like so, head pointed down, just because it's easier to get the reviews out. I apologize for that, it's just the easiest way to get this out. We'll be back to normal video recording as soon as possible. But as for the video today we're checking out the 4th studio album from Waterparks called Greatest Hits. Just a quick note, this isn't a Greatest Hits compilation, the album is just called that. Wanted to get that tidbit out of the way because even Spotify got confused when the album first came out. Waterparks have been a mainstay in the scene for years now, really blowing up with the release of their debut studio album Double Dare back in 2016. Other successful outings and hit singles like Turbulent and Stupid For You created this ever-expanding fandom, wordplay, that the band has thrived with. The band is known for its loud sound, equally loud image, and this release is no exception. On Greatest Hits, you get a lot of different levels of energy and hype, and I'd like to touch on one of the songs here that relies on non-stop power pop punk to deliver its message, this being the 3rd single, Numb. While Waterparks is known for constantly delivering on their promise to keep things changed up and constantly evolving musically, there are a lot of fans and former fans of the band who want Austin Knight and the rest of the members to constantly create the same thing over and over. Whether it be a Double Dare Part 2 or even going so far as wanting a sequel to earlier work like Airplane Conversations. In defiance of that, the lyrical themes in this song echo sentiments made in past songs like Easter Egg and Tantrum, ironic in a way considering the themes at play, where Austin feels that some people will only really love a song with a piece of art if the person behind is suffering. An exact line of reference to that comes with the chorus in this very blatant line, "You only like me when I'm numb." There's also a lot of the self-admitted talk shit cocky attitude that Austin talks about in some interviews pertaining to the album and song, and I think that the sort of feeling is pumped into the song adds a lot of signature Waterparks flavor to the mix. With the 17-song track list, you'd think that somewhere in the mix there'd be a track that starts to feel like filler or like it could have been left out, but the only time I even came close to discounting tracks from the overall release was with the intro and interlude. I looked at the sizable number of tracks and thought to myself, yeah, we're getting an interlude or two. Hope that doesn't drag things down. It's hard to make an interlude worth the time of having one as opposed to taking that out completely and having a start-finish order without it, but both Gladiator and Greatest Hits, the song, serve to add more onto the album rather than serve as markers for the order of tracks. Gladiators especially serves as a break between the album to separate what I think are 2 very specific parts of Greatest Hits, the start and the finish. The songs that come before it are definitely core to the overall sound Waterparks has created up until now, while the songs that come after this track feel like more like present and future of the band. Magnetic has this white hot fire to it, courtesy of some stellar instrumental work from Austin Knight's synthesizer work and Jeff Wingington's always emotional guitar ethic. Another track from this ending of the album that I can quickly summarize is See You in the Future. This song is filled to the brim with allusions to the album's themes, and as the last song in the standard edition of the album, it serves as the perfectly chaotic outro to things, tackling many different targets in the mind of lead man Austin Knight. While I think a lot of fans will name high-energy bops like Tantrum, I Miss Having Sex, or Silver as their favorites, I think there's a lot of genuine greatness to be had in slower and more somber tracks from the band. One of my personal favorite songs of all time, whether by the band or not by the band, is Lucky People from their sophomore album Entertainment. It's a straight-up late-night sad boy anthem, disguised as a love song or vice versa. And we got another one of those with Snow Globe here on this album. Everything from the way Austin croons on this song in the verses to the allusions to sleep and dreaming that the album employs over and over coming together in this song creates a compelling piece of work. He's made it clear many times that a big fear of his is that the message behind the music and the meanings will get lost on a lot of people, because more often than not, people are too invested in consuming media the second that they can, as much as they can, as quickly as they can. A lot of people don't let themselves fully enjoy something and let the full meaning sink in as it should have. There's this light sense of even self-loathing that comes up a few times in the band's discography, such as in the song, bundled up with all these confrontative lyrics about the way him, the band he's a part of, and everything in general is interpreted in the public eye, which is something a lot of people try to avoid with their lyricism. Self-awareness is something that a lot of people can come off not too strongly with, but I think it creates a more pungent and girthy shell with this album, especially with how self-aware that Austin Knight is. Following some similar tones and feelings right after Snow Globe, we get Just Kidding, a song that is straight up, honestly, the darkest one idea-wise here on Greatest Hits. It has some brutally honest moments that came close to even shocking me at times, such as right in the chorus there's the line, "I wish I was dead sometimes, haha, just kidding." This album has a few moments of touching on the mental health of Austin Knight, but this song I feel is the most straight up in its approach, and through that admittal and self-confrontation, you get more layers to how he has evolved and is continuing to do so in a musical sense. Entertainment and Double Dare both followed the personal journey of what was happening during the relationship he was in, while Fandom served as the aftermath of the split that ended things there. And with those albums, we saw a lot of this familiar honesty, brutal outlook on things, and through evolution over this familiar honesty and brutal outlook on things, and through the evolution over the course of the band's discography, I think this serves as what may end up being the most blatant representation of the darker parts of Austin's mind. Unless be it a straight up MCR-esque song on the next album. I mean, for God's sake, the first song is called Funeral Grey. It's about to get emo. Starting to wrap things up by diving into some of the more lighthearted sections of Greatest Hits, I want to touch on Fruit Roll-Ups. While the instrumental is toned down to slower guitar work, the emotion here is bright blue and even has hints of childlike innocence at times. In the second verse, you even get a mention of how he is in his own house, he's the ruler, with Capri Sun stocked up and ready to go. While earlier he asked the opposing subject of the song, I'm assuming his partner or girlfriend, if they want to come over and look at the lights he just recently bought. It's whimsical. I also like how that last part there relates to what he actually did, buying some LED lights from an Instagram post, and he got scammed and had to track them down with some second account and some overall tomfoolery online, and he eventually got his lights. Good for you, Austin. It's that signature Waterparks extra edition of vibes there that just really gives that track a little more flavor. Finally, I get into the outro of this review. There's two more songs I want to touch on that didn't really fit into any other section. The first one is the all caps title, Like It, which to me can be summed up in one sentence but deserves to be talked about a little bit more. This song is like Tantrum if Tantrum was given neon pink hair, a six-pack of beer, and Converse shoes. If you can't understand that, listen to the track over and over until you do. Secondly, and this song gets actual talking points, we have Ice Bath, a song with the most explosive introduction a song by this band has ever put on, and a song worthy of said prelude. The song serves as both a metaphorical and literal wake-up call and grab back into reality, and has some verse sections with some truly unique vocal effects put on. This song captures the chaotic, bouncing all over the place energy that the band is known for, while still having enough of a current Waterparks vibe instrumentally to serve as more than just a sequel to previous work. Greatest Hits really does feel deserving of its name, as it manages to accomplish everything that the previous three studio albums have done while profoundly putting its foot down and proclaiming what the future holds. And what does the future hold? Who fucking knows? It's in the air and subject to change, just like the musical trajectory of the band thus far. There's no solid plan, and that's what makes this band so great. There is a fully made album, essentially, and friendly reminder that got scrapped and remade into what became Fandom. This band is no stranger to reinvention and evolution, and they're going to continue doing so. Austin Knight, Jeff Wingington, and Otto Wood do whatever they want on every release, and it's thanks to their constant change and ability to adapt to what the band needs next without us, the fans, even knowing what it needs. That's what makes the band's discography so compelling. Waterparks is on par with other artists like Poppy, Bring the Horizon, and even Avril Lavigne in terms of knowing exactly when to bring in new or drastically different elements to their musical formula. And I have full confidence that just like they've done so far in their career, the next step in Waterparks' career will be one to remember and one that is filled with even more new feelings. For these reasons, Greatest Hits by Waterparks gets an 8.7 out of 10. And that's a review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What's your favorite Waterparks song? Like I said, mine's Lucky People. I'm a sucker for sad boy love songs. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're staying hydrated. I finally am, because I forgot I had a smart water. And I hope you have a good day. Bye.